Help me to reach 2,000 subscribers. She asked, why don't you want me anymore? I looked at her, the woman I once thought I'd grow old with, and smiled. Not out of cruelty, not even victory. Just a quiet, broken understanding. Because you've already given yourself to someone else, I said. The silence that followed was suffocating. The sound of the rain outside filled the space between us, soft yet relentless. Her mascara was running, eyes wide with disbelief, lips trembling as if the truth had just stabbed through her chest. But I knew she wasn't shocked because I accused her. She was shocked because I knew. 3 weeks earlier, I would have called her my everything. Her name was Alina. Beautiful, graceful, the kind of woman who made every room feel like it revolved around her. She had this effortless charm that made people lean in when she spoke. But love, I've learned, can be blind to the smallest cracks. It started with her phone. One night, while she was in the shower, her screen lit up, "You home yet?" from a contact named Elle. Just a letter. I remember staring at it, my heart beating too fast, my chest tightening. Logic told me it could have been anyone, a friend, a colleague, but instinct whispered something darker. When she came out, I asked who Elle was. She laughed lightly, drying her hair. "Just Leah from work. We're handling a project together." Her tone was casual, perfectly practiced. I wanted to believe her. I really did. But the next night, I noticed she took her phone to the bathroom, to the balcony, even to the kitchen when she poured a glass of water. Every time she came back, her eyes avoided mine. It wasn't evidence yet, just fragments of suspicion. Still, those fragments began to build a wall between us. I found myself studying her tone, her schedule, the way she smelled faintly of cologne that wasn't mine. She said it was a new laundry detergent. I smiled and nodded, pretending I was fine while my mind screamed otherwise. One evening, she came home later than usual. She claimed she'd been working overtime. Her blouse was slightly unbuttoned, hair tousled, perfume heavier than ever. I didn't ask where she'd been. I just said, "Dinner's cold," and she smiled, grateful for my silence. That night, I lay awake, listening to her soft breathing beside me. My heart felt like a stone. The betrayal hadn't even been confirmed, but I could feel it already, like standing under dark clouds before the rain hits. I decided not to confront her. Not yet. I wanted to know for sure. So I followed her. The first time, I parked near her office building, keeping my distance. Hours passed before she emerged, walking fast toward the coffee shop across the street. A man was already waiting. Tall, clean-cut, wearing a blue shirt. When she saw him, her face lit up, the same way it used to light up when she saw me. They hugged. Not a friendly one. The kind that lingers. I remember gripping the steering wheel so hard my knuckles turned white. My breath came in short, angry bursts. I should have left, but I stayed. Watched them sit close, talk softly, share smiles meant for two people who believed the world wouldn't notice. When she finally returned home that night, she kissed my cheek. The audacity of that gesture nearly broke me. Days passed, and I played my role. The devoted boyfriend. The unsuspecting fool. But inside, I was hollowing out. I read every movement, every tone, every glance. She was slowly slipping away, and I was quietly recording her fall. Then came the moment that shattered the illusion entirely. A message appeared on her phone while she was in the shower again. I hadn't been looking for it. Not this time. It just flashed across the screen. "Elle, last night was everything. Can't stop thinking about you." The world froze. I remember the taste of bile rising in my throat, my hands trembling as I set the phone back down. When she came out, wrapped in a towel, humming to herself, I looked at her differently. I saw the cracks in her perfection. The deceit behind her soft smile. I didn't say a word. I waited. 2 days later, I asked her to meet me at the little cafe where we'd first met. She thought it was a date night. I told her I wanted to reconnect. She arrived in a cream dress, the same one she wore the first time I told her I loved her. The irony cut deep. We ordered coffee, and she reached across the table, fingers brushing mine. "You've been distant lately," she said. "Are you okay?" I smiled faintly. Just thinking about us. About us. She tilted her head. What about us? How things change, I said. How people change. She laughed nervously. What are you talking about? I took out my phone and slid it across the table. Her eyes dropped to the screen, to the photo I'd taken the night she met him, the embrace outside the cafe. Her hand froze. Her lips parted. You followed me. You lied to me, I said. For a moment, her expression softened with guilt. Then, just as quickly, it hardened. It wasn't what it looked like. Then what was it? She looked away, eyes glistening. I didn't plan for it to happen. I felt lonely, unseen. You were always busy, distracted. He made me feel wanted again. The words sliced through me like glass. She wasn't sorry for what she'd done. She was sorry for being caught. Do you love him? I asked. Her silence answered everything. I stood up, heart pounding, and said quietly, enjoy your coffee. For the next week, she tried calling, texting, showing up at my apartment. I ignored her. But tonight, she came again, drenched in rain, standing in the doorway, mascara streaked, clutching her chest like the weight of her choices had finally crushed her. That's when she asked it. Why don't you want me anymore? And that's when I smiled, not because I felt strong, but because I finally understood. You can forgive someone who's broken your heart, but you can never love them the same again. She cried, begged, promised to change. But I had already buried what we were. Her words felt like echoes in a house I no longer lived in. I walked her to the door, opened it, and watched her disappear into the rain. As the sound of her footsteps faded, a strange calm settled over me. The kind that comes when pain finally runs its course. I turned off the lights, sat in silence, and whispered to myself, sometimes losing someone is the only way to find yourself again. And for the first time in months, I didn't feel broken. I just felt free.